Captain America.
Mr. Lang?
It's an honor. I'm shaking your hand too long. Wow, this is awesome.
Captain America. I know you too. You're great.
Jeez. Look, I want to say, I know you know a lot of super people, so thanks for thanking of me. Hey, man.
What's up, Tic Tac?
Good to see you. Look, what happened last time?
It was a great audition, but it'll never happen again.
They tell you what we're up against?
Something about some psycho assassins?
We're outside the law on this one. So if you come with us, you're a wanted man.
Yeah, well, what else is new?
Some good stuff last night. I watched this last night. Thumbs up. All right, the movie's out and the reviews are in, and Captain America Civil War is a bona fide hit. All week, we've been celebrating Marvel superhero movies featuring Kevin's interviews with the cast and his glowing reviews saying it was mind-blowing. That's what he said, right, Steve? Mind-blowing. This morning, we wrap up Captain America with two guys who made it happen, made it the way it was, and brought the comic book to the big screen. Joining us now live, Civil War directors Anthony and Joe Russo. Good morning to you. Now, we have to start off by saying, first, welcome. But we start off with the way we're sitting.
I'm going to be Team Cap.
Team Iron Man.
All right.
Wow. Yeah. In the interest of politics, though, Steve, look.
I know. Look at Wisdom. He's got both represented.
Yeah, Iron Man right here and Captain America right here. Yeah, you got to
you got to have the political.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
So congratulations on the film, guys.
Thank you very much.
I mean, the reviews are great so far. Kevin gave it a 5 out of 5. First 5 out of 5 he's given so far this year.
Kevin is great.
Well, we know that Kevin gets a little excited sometimes too. So sometimes what Kevin sees as a 5 out of 5, we think we'll go see it, but maybe we will, tame our expectations a little bit.
Right.
So we sent Wisdom out to get the real deal on it last night, and you also
5 out of 5.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Right.
And it's not because I told them before you even came in here, it was 5 out of 5 because the way the characters were developed, everybody got a good amount of time on the screen. You didn't have to really follow the whole thing to come in there and watch this movie. You can come in there and sit down and watch this movie. The action, phenomenal acting. It was just great all the way around.
Who's your favorite character?
Panther and Iron Man. I'm Team Iron Man. I understand what was going on. I'm not going to give it away, but Iron Man and Panther and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Those are my three.
Yeah.
My three guys.
When there are this many characters and this many superheroes in a film like this, do you try to keep the same relationship as directors with each one of them?
You have to. I mean, we have to service every character because somebody coming in that theater, that's going to be their favorite character on screen, and every actor is. This is an incredible cast, so you want to make sure that you take advantage of the quality of the cast. So it really is our job to make sure that we keep the storytelling as balanced as possible and that everybody gets their moments.
Now, how do you make sure that everybody's happy, like the actors? Because actors can have some egos, but how do you make sure everybody's happy when you're doing this in the process of making sure everybody gets the not equal time, but enough time?
It's a great question because, all the actors, your job as a director is to figure out how to pull the best performance out of an actor. And every actor works differently. Some actors like to be very improvisational, very spontaneous, never do the same thing twice. Some actors like to be very specific on a technical level and sort of almost like stage actors do and be very faithful to the page. So you have to figure out how you make all those actors work together. Like, for instance, Robert Downey Jr., very mercurial, like never does the same thing twice, always trying different lines. Always moving in a different way, take to take. Chris Evans is the opposite. He's very precise.
How ironic is that?
Yeah.
Those two are opposites.
Exactly. Shocker there. All right, let's get to the good stuff now. One of the things that Kevin geeked out the most in this movie, the airport scene, and I know this is a huge hit with fans that go see the movie. And, Kevin saying, look, I would watch this on a loop for 3 or 4 hours straight. I think it's like 17 minutes long. When you guys are drawing up ideas, are you just like nothing is impossible here? We're just going to throw everything out there and at some point come up with this?
Marvel's a dream factory. If you can dream it, we'll figure out how to get it on screen. And it's really like, just being a kid, having my action figures again and dreaming up ways that the characters can interact and fight each other and ways that they can use their powers that are exciting. I've been collecting comics since I was 10, so truly is working on these movies is.
But how do you balance it? And you guys have been doing this forever. I know on the small screen and now highly successful on the big screen. As brothers, though, how do you make sure you guys see eye to eye on things?
Flip a coin.
Is that how it
Is
works?
it that simple?
No, but here's the thing: is we obviously often do see eye to eye, but part of our process is that we like it when we don't, because we sort of argue out what our vision is, how we want to achieve it, what's the best idea. We always have this policy: best idea wins, and we're very collaborative. We like ideas coming from everywhere amongst the crew. We like everybody contributing to what the movie can be. So,
are you surprised at the reaction that you get from these movies when they come out? How big they are, especially in a superhero environment now, because follow-ups and the next movie is a prequel or sequel to the last movie, that type of stuff. Are you surprised that people are still like, oh, here comes another Marvel, here comes another?
It's amazing, yeah. We've been taking the movie around now for about almost a month around the world, showing the movie to audiences, introducing it. And it's amazing. It's a global reach. The fandom is everywhere now. It's really great that these movies get released globally almost in the same time window, because on social media now everybody can anticipate it together and communicate about the film together. It's a very sort of communal experience, these movies, and yeah, the fans are pretty intense.
All right, since Kevin's not here, I'm going to ask one nerdy question. Because the effects in these movies are just off the charts and just unreal, the effort, the time that goes into them must be insane as well. So we'll dumb this down in simple math. For every hour that you spend filming, how much hour actually goes into like post-production effects?
Well, I can equate it this way. It usually takes about a year to complete all the special effects on the film.
Oh, wow.
And you start working on them before you start shooting. Some sequences you can lock and actually start turning over just because they're fully CG. Iron Man is a fully CG character. And then other stuff, the minute you're done shooting it, you have to edit it together and hand it over, and then they start working on it. But it can take anywhere from a year to 8 months.
Wow. But you know what? I mean, you can't argue with the results.
I know.
Phenomenal.
Oh, smash.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
We know that Kevin's in London right now working on some other movie projects, but he did want to ask you guys a question. So through the magic of technology, we wanted to give Kevin a chance to ask you guys something.
Fantastic.
So take it away, Kev.
Anthony and Joe Russo. Hey, it's Kevin McCarthy here. I'm so bummed I'm not there in studio today to see you guys. I'm in London, but I'm rocking out my Captain America tie bar. Of course, I've seen the film twice now. I'm going for a third time on Sunday night at the BFI IMAX. The 17-minute airport action scene is one of the greatest action scenes I've ever seen in my entire life. I had epic amounts of nerd tears while watching that. 2 quick questions for you guys. Joe Russo, you have a cameo in this film, and you also had a cameo in The Winter Soldier. Talk about your cameo in both films and how they came about, and also the 17-minute action scene for Anthony and Joe. How long did it take you to shoot that scene and edit that scene?
All right, great questions from Kevin.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. So you take the.
When we first broke into the business, we did a very small credit card movie, and I played a part in that film. And I had to give up acting in order to pursue directing. We wanted to focus on one craft. So occasionally, I will find an interesting role to take in one of the movies, and coincidentally, I play a doctor in both Winter Soldier and Captain America: Civil War. So. Look out for me. I'm a little bit in disguise.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize you. I was like, what? I got to go back and look at it again.
We kind of addressed some of the postage timetable, but to actually film that scene, the airport scene?
Yeah, the airport scene was, look, from the second we decided to do the story of Civil War, we knew the scene where all the superheroes fight each other would be the centerpiece of the movie. And it would be what everybody was looking forward to coming for. So that, that scene almost ate the whole movie, to be honest with you. We spent an immense amount of time and creative energy both in prep and shooting in post, making that sequence.
It's a 2-year sequence.
I can't even actually estimate like how long we actually shot it for, because we shot it in so many pieces throughout the whole production.
40 to 45 days of shooting.
Something like that.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, we got to let you guys go, but in a simple answer, since you're a big comic book guy, which one comic book character that has not yet had a feature about them would you love to see?
Oh man, that's a tough, because there's so many features now. Everybody's I mean, if there was a character I could get my hands on that I love from my childhood, that's Wolverine.
Okay.
But, he has his own franchise right now, but it was outside of Spider-Man, he was my second favorite character.
Guys, congratulations. Love to see the movie. I know you're going to shatter records this weekend. Always a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you.
Thanks so
Good
much.
to see you, gentlemen.
Next stop.
Good to see you. Thank you for coming in.
By the way, they're the geniuses behind Arrested Development, my favorite TV show of all time. So super shout out to that as well. Aaron, back to you.